And we are live. That sound might be distracting. Hi, I'm Peter Hartman. You're watching The Appreciationist, the pre-show. And this is, you can say your name there.
Your lovely lady.
My lovely lady, Samantha. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're 1 hour behind, so that's 6 o'clock for us. If you're watching the show, you're waiting for the show, you're not going to be on the show just yet. Just hang in there. Show starts in about 10 minutes or so. Just waiting for everybody to get on board. If you want to participate with the show, if you have a webcam and a microphone, or just a microphone, you want to participate live with the already. If you're not part of the group yet, you can just add us to your circles. I think the button's on that side. And then you can add us to your circles, and that way you'll get an invitation from us. If you come on during the pre-show, make sure your camera works, make sure everything is going great, and the show will be starting soon. So hang in there. We're going to be talking about chaos and order today, so that's going to be fun. Hey, Dimitri, how's it going?
Hey, Peter. Hey, Samantha. How are you guys? You guys look good. Hey, Peter, you got a tan.
I got a tan. I do. I tan very easily.
So how's Mexico?
Oh, it's beautiful here. Very beautiful. Warm weather, sunny times. It's kind of hard not to get a tan when it's so sunny.
Okay. So how many?
Perfect. So yeah.
How many days have you been there?
We've been here 7. So it's been a week today. Yeah,
Right.
we're here for another week.
I could barely hear you. Samantha, you're cutting off.
Oh, okay. Let's see if we can make this louder. If anything, I'll put my headphones in. Where are my headphones?
Closest, right?
You think? No, I think it's the audio connection that's bugging out.
Well, now I can hear you.
Okay, well, he can hear it, so I think we just have to speak closer to the microphone. Yeah, so we're dealing with a weak internet connection here, unfortunately, because of the router is up on the 3rd floor. So I'll try and speak loudly. Hopefully, we'll stay on the air. Won't have too much trouble. So how's it been? How you been?
Good, good. I guess not as good as you guys, but good.
We've been busy, but yeah, it's been good here. But I'm glad to hear that you're doing well.
Hey, Valerie.
Yeah. We can hear you.
I can't hear anything that Valerie's saying.
I think she's putting in her phone or something now, or maybe playing with it. Valerie, if you're speaking, we can't hear you yet. We heard some noise there for a second.
I think they're giving us a silent treatment.
No, I'm not. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So how are you guys?
Excellent.
We're happy. I'm sure. I was doing my dishes and I was thinking, how happy is Sam right now?
Oh yeah, so happy, incredible, I love it.
Wonderful.
Great. Have to get everything together here. I think there's a little bit of a delay for me, so I'll have to keep that in mind.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, well, maybe not. You answered pretty quickly there. Oh. Today we're going to be talking about chaos and order. So it's a broad subject, but I felt like it was appropriate considering where I am here. Pretty chaotic here sometimes.
Oh yeah? Is that how you got the idea for the theme?
Yes. Yeah, crossing the street here. That's how I got the idea for the theme. But we'll talk about that when the show starts.
But so how long have you guys been there?
1 week.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, one more week to go.
What is that noise?
Not sure. Test. Someone's microphone is back.
I'll move my microphone just in case. Do
Dimitri, you muted your microphone?
Yeah, just to see if it was me.
Okay. Okay, let me... Well, I don't hear it anymore. It was just like a little ding, ding, ding.
Well, we have a internet connection, so it might be something here.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm enjoying it here, but you know what? I can't wait to get back.
Sorry?
I'm enjoying it here, but I can't wait to get back to Montreal.
Yeah, I can tell because when you're saying you still have 1 week left, I can see where your mind is.
I told Sam, if we left today, do you think it'd be okay? Like, you think it'd be fine? He's like, no.
No.
I know I'm good. But today we did. Oh, that's my microphone. What am I going to do about that? Let me make sure. But today I finally spoke at this call that I was invited to speak at, so my job is pretty much done here.
Good. Did you have fun?
Oh, it was a blast. I'll tell you guys all about it in the moment of appreciation.
Oh my God, yes. Okay, what's my moment of appreciation? I didn't think about it. It's been a while, so I had some every week, and then tonight I'm not prepared.
No worries, I completely understand.
Dimitri, how have you been?
Good. Enjoying the week. It's been a good week.
You look relaxed.
Yeah.
Nice.
I thought the same thing. Okay, so by our time it's 2 p.m., it's almost 7 there. We're beginning in a minute. It's a little.
You don't have headphones, Peter, right?
Yeah, his is market. One, two, three. Same thing.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Maybe.
So Dimitri, did you know for sure what time that was? Like 11 p.m. UTC?
What do you talking about?
When Peter sent the invitation or today, it said what time it was gonna be, and it said I think 11 p.m. UTC.
Oh, did I miss that?
That's what it said. So I just went on the internet to figure it out. I'm like, I hope it's as usual, and then that's what it was.
I must have missed it. I wonder.
But it's fine. I mean, I don't know. When I looked on the internet, 11 p.m. UTC is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Yeah, that's right. It's the time. Oh, wait, I don't know why I did that. UTC. What is it?
UTC. Yeah, I'm not even sure. But maybe I mean, you didn't write that down. Maybe it's taking it from your computer.
Well, when I look, it shows me 6 to 6:30. It doesn't say any Doesn't say anything about what it said Detroit time. So
We don't hear you too well. You keep breaking up.
I'm breaking up.
Well, for me anyway. Dimitri, is that the same for you? Okay.
Okay. Well, let me see what I can do.
The thing is, he's not even in Mexico. It's somewhere in Africa.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, wow.
Because the time in Mexico is not a big difference than
I didn't think there would be. Yeah. What time is it over there, Peter?
6.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's an hour difference.
So that is the okay. So UTC is in Africa.
The Caribbean, yeah, the line,
Yeah.
Also Spain. It passes through Africa and Europe.
Okay. Interesting.
Testing. Take off. It won't matter. Nope. Still making notes. Well, look, I need to a little weak. I'll try to do my best.
You're gonna have to speak slowly.
Wow.
Sorry, I sound like it's an evil laugh because that's the worst thing that could happen to you.
You might as well actually put water in wine. I think I can do that better.
Or better yet, write things down and show them on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried to.
You know, I could hear you better now. So I'm not sure why you're having consistencies.
Is it when I came in? Should I have my earphones or something?
No.
It's what?
It sounds like
Can you hear me when you talk?
I can hear the echo.
Yeah. The echo.
Okay, well.
Before I wasn't doing it.
Yeah, that's right.
Valerie, can you mute your?
Sure.
I'm gonna try, and I want you to mute your microphone. Peter, can you speak and see if there's any echo?
Yeah, so I'm just going to talk and see if the echo is gone. Sometimes it could come and go. It sounds like the echo is gone.
Okay, so what happened, both Valerie and myself muted our microphone, and there was no echo. So now I have my microphone working. There seems to be no echo. Valerie, can you unmute your microphone?
Yeah, just did.
Okay. So,
okay,
Yeah.
Valerie.
Yeah, I'll mute it.
Mute it and only unmute it when you speak, because it seems to be that you're creating the echo.
No problem, I'll do that. So I'll mute it for most of the time.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. If the echo comes back, then we'll see. But sounds like it's working okay. So we won't make the show go too long here today. I know I'm in Mexico, but that doesn't mean we should work with Mexico time. Here everything works smoothly. So we'll start the show now if you guys are ready. Pencil.
Dimitri, you go first for presentations and for everything else.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Hi, I'm Peter Hartman, and you're watching The Appreciationist, live from Mexico this time. Having a great time here at sunny Playa del Carmen, staying at the Plantation House because of our good friend Joseph de Ponte, who invited us down here. really glad to see my friends here again. Thank you guys so much for coming to the show. Like we always do, guest introductions.
Hi, my name is Dimitri, and I've been doing law of attraction, learning about law of attraction the last 3 years, and I'm enjoying it. I'm seeing people who are using it every day to create what they want, to go to Mexico, to enjoy Mexico. So it's been fun. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much for coming, Dimitri. Really appreciate that. Who's our last but not least? Oh.
Hi.
Who's going to go?
Should I go?
Please.
Okay, this is Val. Well, I'll go like Dimitri, actually. I've been studying, I guess, the law of attraction for probably 4 or 5 years. And since I met Peter and his group, and I've been doing especially the Appreciationist, it's made a big difference in my life. Everybody always brings something new, and so I keep learning, and I love that.
Thank you very much, Val. We really appreciate it. Oh, am I turning this?
Hello. You can hear me well?
Yeah.
Good. So I'm Samantha. I am co-organizer of the Law of Attraction and Happy for a Change meetup group. I am a newly discovered self-discovery life coach, and I'm here in Mexico enjoying a wonderful time with Peter because we were invited down here. So thank you again, Joe. And I just love being around you guys, love talking about fun things, appreciation, and that's it.
Awesome. I think that's a lot. Good.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be talking about chaos and order. So we're going to get to that later on in the show. But before we get to that, the most important part of the show is an exercise in appreciation. It's a segment we called A Moment of Appreciation, where we look back at the past few days, the past week, and we find something that we appreciate. It could be something easy to appreciate, or it could be something that was hard that we found value in after the fact. Any exercise that we do with appreciation only makes us better at it. So who wants to share? I know I didn't do the orders right first, but let's do the order of introduction. You have a moment of appreciation for us, Dimitri?
Yes, I do.
Awesome.
I have a good one. Actually, it's a good one for me because I really enjoyed this one. I love bread. I love to eat bread, and I love to eat fresh baked bread. And 3 weeks ago, I bought a bread maker, and I've been fooling around with the process, and I finally figured out the most optimum process for me to have bread every day or even twice a day. So what I do is I take my bread maker and I make the dough. I take my dough, I cut it in 4, put it in the refrigerator, and then whenever I need bread, I take a piece and I have a small crock pot. I put in the crock pot, and in 2 hours, I have amazing fresh baked bread ready to eat. I love it. I've been enjoying it, and this week I've been eating a lot of bread and appreciate it.
Very cool. Very awesome. Nice bread maker. Fresh made homemade bread. Very cool. That is a moment of appreciation, and you're making me rumble in my tummy. You have to eat something with bread tonight. Very cool. I wonder, do you think you'll be experimenting? Like, I don't know, people put raisins in their bread or whatever. Can you do that with your machine?
Yeah. I went and bought ground flax seeds, and usually I put some, or I put a bit of garlic powder or onion powder. I haven't experimented a lot, but I have a bit here and there. It's a question of finding good recipes. I find if I try to do something on my own, which I did last week, something goes wrong and it doesn't taste as good. It's still good, but it doesn't taste as good. So I just need to slowly. It took a while for me to refine the process, the standard process. Now I'm going to slowly add stuff to it to make it just better.
That's very cool. And what possessed you to get one?
I don't know. It's just my parents used to have one when I was living with them, and I used to enjoy it. But this summer, I just started thinking about bread, and then all of a sudden, you know something, I'm going to buy a bread maker.
Very cool. I love that attitude. Really cool. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us, Dimitri.
Thank you.
How about you, Rob?
Well, now I'm really hungry and I really want bread. I'll probably appreciate the next piece of bread that I have much more, thanks to you, Dimitri. My moment of appreciation. I wasn't prepared, as I was telling you guys, but actually I think I had a very good one this morning. Well, as you know, I lost somebody close to me about 2.5 weeks ago, and it's been really tough, and I started feeling a whole lot better on Monday. But before that, it was pretty much tough every day. And what was tough was waking up in the morning. It's like every time I woke up, it just felt heavy, like the minute I was awake and aware. And I didn't want that to keep going, but I didn't know how to change it. And it just happened, I guess. But this on Monday, it started happening, and then yesterday was good too. But this morning, I woke up, and I just had this overwhelming feeling that the universe was on my side. It just felt like that. It just felt like, oh my God, it's like I'm supported, I'm loved, and the universe is on my side, cheering for me, or, you know, it was just the most wonderful feeling. And I had yoga class after that, and I just kept, you know, basking in that feeling. I just kept remembering how it felt this morning, and I want to remember that feeling as often as I can, because and it was so natural. It was almost like, I don't know, like you're 3 years old and you just know that, you know, but I'm not 3 years old anymore, and it's like I had forgotten it. So it was a great feeling.
Very cool. Very touching. Sure. You made me remember something I asked my mother when, you have to figure me, I'm a little congested here, a little under the weather, but when I was younger, my grandmother passed away, and my mother took it really hard, and I had been reading at that time about, you know, what happens after death and things like that, you know, just trying to sort of experience those questions. And I read something about, now I'm not saying this is true, I have no idea anything about this, but this is just what I was thinking at the time, that in our dreams, when we go to sleep, it's like the one time in our day where we're not like actively resisting, we're not actively, you know, holding negative thoughts in our mind, holding limitations in our mind, resisting communications, and that people who pass away can speak to us in that state. Now, again, I'm not saying that that's what happens. It's just what I was thinking at the time. And I asked my mother, you know, did you ever go to sleep one night and then wake up feeling just better? This is what I had read in the book. And she said, you know what? I did. I had a dream where her mother spoke to her, and then she woke up and felt lighter, and she felt better all of a sudden. And I don't know if that's what happened, but it made me think, you know, sometimes when we go to sleep, we let go of our resistance, and maybe there we were able to commune with ourselves, our subconscious, the universe in a way that might very well tie those knots. I don't know. But there's something very interesting what you're saying. I don't know, you mentioned you don't know why it happened, you know, it just sort of occurred to you, and you know, it touches me. It makes me feel like, yes, the universe is on our side. It recognizes when we need sort of support and gives it to us when we're able to receive it.
Can I add something? I said I don't know why it happened. In a way, I do now, because for me to feel better, I've done stuff. I've changed my perspective. I've hung on to some feelings, and I think it all came down to that, to remembering that, yeah, I'm connected to the universe, and that there's support there all the time. And I guess I've been doing it enough, and I went to bed thinking about that last night, and every time I woke up during the night, I think I went back to sleep thinking that. So, but I was surprised that when I woke up this morning, it was still there, and it was even there more. It felt real. It felt more real than just, you know. So maybe that's what happened, and maybe my dreams too. I had quite a few fun dreams this morning, so maybe, I don't know. Anyway, that's it.
I like that. Part of what I like to tell people is you want to sort of build up these training. You want to train yourself. You want to practice appreciation. You want to practice your focus, because when it really matters, when the rubber meets the pavement, when you're really face to face with a challenge, then the only thing you will do is rely on those systems that you've built up. And so, you know, being able to transition there is instant to your focus and the habit of behavior that you had. And, you know, I'm really happy to hear that for you. Really good. Thank you very much, Valerie. I think Sam wants to share her moment of appreciation.
Yes. Okay, so mine, definitely there's many things that I'm appreciating every single day, every single moment. But the biggest one for me is I feel like I've changed as a different person. I feel a lot more confident with myself because I went scuba diving 2 days ago, and it wasn't my first time scuba diving. Last year when I was here in June, I finished my training as a open water diver, and it was very difficult for me. It was extremely windy, wavy, storms. It was very scary, very scary, but I did it. It was still, I was still very proud of myself back then, but this time there was still part of me that was wondering if I wanted to continue, because it was a very difficult experience. It still was fun, but I was questioning if I wanted to continue and I wanted to dive or not. So 2 days ago I woke up, I got ready, I felt sick to my stomach, I was having a hard time imagining going back under the water. Even though I know it's very beautiful, there was still a part of me that was afraid. But I thought of, why do I want to do it? What is good about this? And I mean, I listen to Peter a lot. He's very inspiring to me about just becoming somebody new, pushing yourself a little bit further, trying something different. And I just remembered all of that he told me, and I thought about, why do I want to scuba dive? And I find it incredibly beautiful. I love it so much. It started with snorkeling, so just thinking of all the fun that I would have. And so I did it, and it was a beautiful day. The water was turquoise blue, no clouds, just wonderful. So that was my first dive, and I had a great time. And the second dive, it started getting a little bit cloudy, and I was like, oh, I want the sun to come out. Oh no! And then I was like, no, listen, this is gonna be great. And so I went down, and as I was diving, I saw schools of fish. I went on my back. I looked up, and I saw the rain falling on the top of the water. I was about 10 meters deep, and I could see the rain falling, and I was appreciating the schools of fish, lobster, eels. So I just had an amazing time. I came up. When I came back, I told Peter, I'm different now. You know, I'm stronger. I stepped on those fears. It was very scary for me, and it's just very emotional thinking about it.
You did great. I really loved it. It was really a lot of fun. Yeah,
so it's really, I can see myself continuing now in this. You know, every time I'm going to push myself more. And
very good. So proud of you. She did such a good job. Because I watched her being nervous about to go scuba diving, and to see her go and push herself beyond those boundaries, I really, that's what I wish for most people. I really wish that you try something new. I don't care if you're buying a bread machine, and I don't care if you're going scuba diving, or I don't care if you're wrestling with sort of the implications of life, but just pushing yourself beyond the boundaries of what you're accustomed to really can cause you to grow.
Yeah, because when I think about it, I remember last year when I started my training, I started in Montreal in the pools, and that was terrifying for me. In the pools in Montreal, just starting the whole course was terrifying, and so the fact that I'm at the point where it was enjoyable, and now I'm not scared, and I don't think I'm ever going to feel scared again, maybe unless I go in a hurricane, but I don't think I'll do that. But I know that I'm not going to be afraid anymore, and it's wonderful.
Very good. Awesome. Yeah. Very cool.
I'm so happy for you, Sam, and it sounds beautiful. The way you were describing it, it sounds absolutely beautiful.
It's definitely an experience, yes.
Very cool. Very awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Sam. That was wonderful. I had a sort of experience like that here today. I finally got to speak at the high school today. I would say that I was nervous, but what I did was like I literally shut off my brain for the past little while since I've been invited. I just couldn't imagine what it might be like to go to a foreign country, go into a room full of kids, teenagers, and really talk. But I did it today. Yes, I did sweat like crazy. I was dripping. There was like a puddle of sweat on the desk when I left, but it was so much fun, and it worked out very well. In terms of a moment of appreciation, I mean, I don't even know what there is to appreciate. What could there really be to appreciate? I was having a good time here today, just sort of lazing around, meeting wonderful people. We actually went to a meetup today. Not today.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. It's the only meetup here in Playa del Carmen. It's about personal empowerment, personal development. We met some cool people there. And like you guys know, I tend to monopolize conversations, right? You guys know this about me, right? But we had a really good time there. Met some interesting people. This place has this very special energy, so it's really cool here. And you know, we get to stay in this beautiful place. I'd give you a tour, but we got our messy clothes all over the place. But we got to stay in this really beautiful place because of somebody who really saw the potential in what we're doing and invited us to come down here. So a lot to appreciate. And what else? What else is there? I think
on the beach? Meet up on the beach?
Yeah, we had a meetup on the beach. So our first Happy for a Change meetup on the beach. That was also a lot of fun. Just new experiences, crossing new borders. I told the kids today, you want to cross the boundary of what you know to going into what you don't know, the known to the unknown. And when you get to the point where you're feeling like, I told them, you know, when you have like like an exam or something, a question, and you're like banging your head, you can't figure it out. Well, that's the moment where you're about to learn something new. And I could see the lights pop into their eyes, and the light came on, and they were really understanding what I'm talking about. So I'm really glad, really happy. I tried something new. Now I'm better, and I survived all the sweating. So I was really happy about that. Oh, thank you. Am I sweating here now? Good. Thank you, Sam. Okay, so that's my moment of appreciation. Time for the joke of the week. Joke of the week. So I decided we're choosing between peace and discover.
Discover.
All right, let's go with that. It's really tough between the two, but let's go with discover.
Well, you know what? I was in such a good mood today. I thought, you know, why not do them both? We'll do both peace and discover. How do you guys feel about that?
Great.
Okay, so this one here is a very simple joke, very small. Here we go. At a party, someone yelled, "All married guys, please stand next to one person who has made your life worth living." The bartender was almost crushed to death. Okay, that was for discover. And this other one here is for peace. Okay, this one's a little longer. An Amish boy, you guys know about the Amish?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. An Amish boy and his father were visiting a mall. They were amazed by almost everything they saw, but especially by two shiny silver walls that could move apart and back together again. The boy asked his father, "What is this, father?" The father, never having seen an elevator before, responded, "Son, I have never seen anything like this in my life. I don't know what it is." While the boy and his father were watching wide-eyed, an old lady in a wheelchair rolled up to the moving walls and pressed the button. The walls opened, and the lady rolled between them into a small room. The walls closed, and the boy and his father watched small circles of light with numbers above the walls light up. They continued to watch the circles light up in reverse direction. The walls opened up again, and a beautiful 24-year-old young woman stepped up. The father turned to his son and said, "Quick, go get your mother."
Good one. It's a beautiful one also for a different perspective. Like you look at it, even the way you told it, it's you know, it's not an elevator anymore, and the circles of light. It's nice. I like it. It's good for a change of perspective.
That's right. I really liked it. I read a lot of jokes for the show, but I rarely read a joke that's so like insightful. It was really cool. Look, so that's a joke of the week. I like the joke of the week because a little bit of humor, a little bit of fun always adds more to life. I just want to tell you guys real quick for a segment, what a great idea to check out an app called Elevate. Elevate. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this. But Elevate is an app that helps you to train your brain. So the description reads as follows. Elevate is a brain training program designed to improve focus, speaking skills, processing speed, memory, math skills, and more. Each person is provided with his or her own personalized training program that adjusts over time to maximum results. So it's this very cool app. You guys should definitely go check it out. It's called Elevate. We'll be posting that on our Facebook page after the show. Today we're talking about chaos and order. I want to talk about chaos and order because in Mexico here, there's something very unusual with the streets. For one, the stop signs are not considered to be stop signs. They're considered to be yield signs. So they're basically suggestions to slow down. And when you cross, you have to sort of cross whenever you can. And all Mexicans know this. They know you just sort of cross whenever you can. And it's this type of chaotic dance that goes on in the city that really shines a light on how different it is here than in Canada. In Canada, I'll get to the corner of a street, I'll see a row of people waiting, there could be no cars in sight, and nobody will be crossing the street. But here, the street can be filled with cars, and you see kids and women and men just running across the street. And that type of chaos, I sort of find beautiful. I like going to the corner of the street and not having to worry about when the light's going to change. I could just sort of cross when I have my own sort of awareness. You want to take over for just 1 second? I just have to go to the bathroom.
Oh.
Okay, thanks.
Take over how?
So I was just going to take over 1 second. I really have to go to the bathroom. You guys don't mind?
No problem. Go.
Thanks. Sorry, I'll be right there.
What do I do? Do I dance? Yeah, so the chaotic streets, it's incredible. So what he's saying is true, is that they just keep going, the cars, and you have to run almost in between cars to get by. We didn't know that at first, and so we often just stood there waiting for the cars to stop, waiting for them to stop, and now we're like, we've been here a week, so it's almost like we've lived here our whole lives. So now we know to cross, and the other day I saw, I guess, a bunch of tourists also standing right at the corner, and I was like, oh, they're not crossing. They were waiting, and we were just like, shoom!
So it's this interesting dichotomy. You'll forgive me, I'm a little congested. We went to a beach a few days ago, and we came back at night. We were in a bus, and I was wet in a cold bus with AC, so that really had its toll on me. But chaos and order, sometimes in life, often in life, we want to have some control over our experience. We want to have control over what happens in our life. And I wanted to talk to you guys. I wanted to have a discussion about the things that we can control and the things that we can't control. I was talking to Sam here today. We had a bit of a disagreement. You want to be on camera or not? No. We had a bit of a disagreement. I was telling her that when we're talking about the law of attraction, when we're talking about personal empowerment, we're not talking about controlling every aspect of life. And I feel like sometimes people might think that. I gave the analogy of like a surfer. A surfer can use his focus, can use his mind to train to go onto the ocean, but once he gets onto the ocean, he's sort of at the whim of the water, right? He can't control that ocean. I was having a discussion, and there was a type of disagreement. We thought, well, maybe with enough focus, you can control everything. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that with enough focus, with enough sort of using the law of attraction, that you can basically control everything in life?
Yes.
Good.
I think you can. However, when you do that, you can't move forward, because for you to control everything requires so much energy that you can't go to a party and just enjoy yourself. But if you let the universe be the universe and you just control a small part, then you move forward very fast. So that's how I see it. So you could control there's some people that control everything in their environments. First, they live boring lives, and second of all, it's very hard to do things because it's like everything is controlled. So, and there's other people that control nothing. They move forward, but then they fail. So you want a balance.
Good. What about you, Valerie? What do you think? Do you think you can control everything?
Well, I have two examples to give. One is mine lately, and then you helped me through it with the the death of my the person that is close to me in my family, I was grieving and still am. But of course, knowing about the law of attraction and everything, when it got too tough, I mean, I was like, okay, I can just change my focus. All I have to do is just change my focus. And I know that at some point you wrote to me, you said, well, I think that sometimes maybe we should also write it out. And I realized I was just making it tough on myself because I was just trying so much to shift my focus that I wasn't allowing myself to really grieve and feel it. I had some sadness, and I thought it was like, okay, yeah, I cried, and I've had sadness, and I still have it, but enough, you know. But no, I needed to let go more, and or at least just say, okay, I accept what is, and even if what is sadness and frustration or whatever, you know, and suffering, I wasn't allowing it. And so the minute I realized that and said, okay, I'm totally surrendering to whatever, you know, I'm gonna feel okay, I'm depressed, fine, I'm depressed, that's it. And the minute I said that, it didn't even take 24 hours, and things just started changing. And I did give myself a few days, and then I was fine. But it was really a shift. So I think you can, yes, you can, as Dimitri was saying, you can control everything, but it takes an awful lot of energy, and it's a lot faster to control a little bit and then just let go and actually open as much as you can to what the universe has to offer. And it's a lot easier. I think you enjoy a lot more well-being, and there's an awful lot of gifts on that path. So that's my one example. The other example, I have a friend of mine who's in the hospital right now, and she's been there for almost a month. And at some point, she almost lost her leg. They were about to amputate her leg, and a doctor said, no, let's try something new. And they did, and it's working well, and I'm really happy for her. But she's a control freak. She really is. And I was talking to her this weekend, and on her own, she said, if there's anything I learned from this experience is I can't control everything. And she said, and this is big for her. And so for me to hear that from her, it just felt so wonderful, because she had to let go and just, you know, trust some people and try different things and let go of her work. I mean, for a week, I think she wanted to work from the hospital, even though she was about to lose her leg. I don't think this is important, that, you know, but eventually she let go. And so I thought that was a great lesson. I'm really glad that she's in that place now.
Good. I completely understand. I resonate with that. I was telling the kids here today that, you know, everyone wants to be positive. They want to be happy all the time, and I just don't see that as part of life, just being happy all the time. What I do see is finding value in pain or sadness or lack. There's value in it because it causes you to focus. It causes you to become more aware. It causes you to ask the questions that are important to ask. There's value to that negative experience. There's value to being out of control. So I suppose I can meet you guys halfway, especially Dimitri. I certainly agree that, I mean, I have a hard time believing you can control 100% of what's going on, but I do believe you can control 100% of your interpretation of what's going on, but I don't believe you have to. I don't believe it's the most efficient way to get through life. I believe that being out of control, which doesn't mean that you are being thrown about, it just means that you're being guided by, you know, forces that are beyond what you have direct control over. It can still have a great value. I think to myself, I said the story before about riding a horse, and on the horse, I certainly didn't feel like I could control the horse. I know I have the reins, I know I'm sitting on top of it, but I didn't feel like I was controlling the horse. What I was controlling was my fear, I was controlling my attitude, I was controlling my perspective. And the horse took me along for a ride that allowed me to exercise my beliefs in such a way that the out-of-controlness only gave me more insight to how to be in control. But you know, so I don't believe we can control everything. I don't believe it's necessary. I don't believe you can always. I believe you can always be happy, but is that really a life worth living? Part of life, the value from life comes out of the contrast. It comes out of the mix of the two: being in control, being out of control, being in balance, being out of balance, with positive and negative.
Peter, have you gone to the malls where there's those toy horses the little kids get on? You pay 25 cents and you have a ride?
Yeah.
If you get on that horse, you can control every motion that horse is making because everything's predictable, but it's not fun. Right. So the whole idea is, yes, you can control things, but then when you do, you limit yourself. If it's a real horse, you can't control it at all. So that's how I see it. You can control everything, but then you limit life.
I completely agree. It's like when I'm driving, I love the control that I have over the vehicle. I love knowing what I can do. I love changing lanes and doing this and that. But part of me also likes the vigilance that is born out of not knowing for certain how everyone else will be driving. And part of that experience makes it exciting for me. I like knowing that at any point something else can happen, and it requires a level of focus from me that's different than walking, or that's different than going for a jog or something like that. And that's to me where the excitement of life comes out of. And if there's one message I like to tell, I told the kids, and one message I like to tell everyone else is, if you can find joy out of the parts of life that aren't good, if you can be inspired by the parts of life that are not typically inspiring, then you win. You win this game of life, because then you can be happy when things are happy, and you can find happiness or peace when things are not the way you want them to be. And that's the control you're really looking for, the control over your own perspective. And if you can realize that there will be some days you're going to wake up and you're going to feel sad, and that's okay. That's way better than waking up and being sad and saying that's not okay, I have to fix it. And so that's the peace that I found in life. That's the peace I'm hoping that other people can find as well.
I agree. I want to know what Sam has to say about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hello. We were talking about it earlier today, and so the way that I see the law of attraction is that you can you can influence yourself. So, depending on how you're thinking, how you're feeling, how you're focusing, you can control all of that in regards to yourself. And so, if you're focused, if you're feeling good, if you're really making the efforts, you can have the experience in life that you want in every aspect of your life. So, I don't know, in regards to things happening that you don't really prefer, or things that happen out of the blue, I don't think they happen out of the blue. I think they happen based on how you are feeling, how you're focusing. I think that everything that's happening in your experience is a result of yourself. So when I don't think it's control. I don't think I'm controlling the outside world, but I'm controlling what I am seeing in the outside world. I'm controlling, my interpretation. So say I'm not feeling so great one day, I turn down the wrong street and something happens. I stub my toe. Say another day I was feeling very good, I wouldn't turn down that way. I wouldn't stub my toe. I may turn down another street and find a $5 bill on the ground. So that's the way that I see the law of attraction, is that no matter, it's really based on how you're feeling, how you're focusing, you will get the results based on that. It's not about controlling my outside world, it's really about myself. So that's how I see that.
Yeah, I agree. I felt like as we talked about it more and more, we really came down to definitions, right? It's really how you're choosing to define things. And I really did not believe that Sam was saying, at the end of the conversation, I didn't believe she was saying you can control every particle of what happens out there, but you can't control your experience of those particles. And that's really the only control we ever have, right? We don't have control over the outside world, but only about our inside world. And there's something magical about that. There's something powerful about that, isn't there? When you realize that, just because it's raining doesn't mean you have to be sad, right? I've met people like that. I say, why are you sad? They say, because it's raining. I say, really? Really? That's why? And I like to let people know that whether it's easy to be happy when it's sunny, but it's not easy to be happy when it's raining, but you can do it. And if you can be happy when it's raining and when it's sunny, then you win. That's the way I see it. I used to.
Just like I can be happy even though I have these bug bites on my face. I don't know. I see them very prominently now, so I feel like I need to kind of mention them.
Poor Sammy got eaten by bugs one night, poor girl.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but I can choose to see it in a good way. At least.
Are you sure it wasn't Peter?
At least they didn't bite off my face. I didn't get eaten by a shark, and it's just a couple of bumps.
Very cool. One more thing. I remember when I was a kid, I used to play Monopoly. You guys ever play Monopoly?
Yeah.
So I played Monopoly. Sorry, Valerie?
I said yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, I played Monopoly, and I was surprised by the number of people I played with that hated the game when they were losing. I mean, Monopoly is one of those games where when you're losing, it can be very frustrating. But I loved the game more when I was losing it because there was something to do. When I just had all the cash and things were going easy, the game sort of lacked its fun. And I sort of see life in the same way. Sometimes when things are not going your way, you know, it's kind of cool. You know, you have something to do, you have something to focus on. But look, that's why I want to talk about Chaos and Order. Valerie?
Yeah, I just wanted to add something. When I was a teenager, I had 4 friends. We used to get together and we'd play cards and all kinds of games. And it was amazing how I was so used to being one of the last 2 for every game that whenever I had a good hand for cards, for example, I didn't know what to do with it. And I was uncomfortable with that because I was just enjoying just the games, just being together and just playing. But whenever I had the opportunity to win, then I was like, I was totally lost. I didn't know what to do with that. And it was more stressful than just playing and all right, yeah, I'll probably be last. Who cares? I'm having fun, you know.
I completely get how that feels. That's really wonderful. And look, excuse me. You can see I'm getting more and more tan here, so I hope this goes away because I look pretty dark. It does look like I'm in Africa, but I want to thank you guys for participating, dealing with the challenges of the connection here. I really appreciate that you took the time to sit down with us. We weren't here last week. I missed you guys. Got you guys here this week, and hopefully next week we'll be able to get together
No, we can't.
again.
We're on our way home.
Oh, we'll be on a plane. That's right. Look.
What's for dinner?
What's for dinner?
For me, I'm having sausages and fries and the salad.
And bread. Where's the bread? Awesome. Very cool. Valerie, what are you eating?
I think I'll have soup, some cabbage rolls, and mashed potatoes.
What are you eating?
I have no idea. So there's so many restaurants around here. It's incredible. We've been eating a lot of Mexican foods. Earlier today we had some Italian.
Yeah, we had creamy carbonara pasta with bacon and pepperoni pizza. It was delicious.
So that we had earlier.
I'm not really hungry right now. I think I'm going to finish my beer, have some ice cream, and I think that'll be it for me for tonight.
We're going to a comedy show.
Yeah, we're going to a comedy show in
Mexico.
I wonder how that's going to be. That's going to be a lot of fun. But look, I won't keep you guys much longer. I want to say thank you one more time. Is there anything left to say?
Thank you, guys, and keep enjoying your vacation.
Thank you. Buenas noches.
Bye.
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 Take care. That was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was.
Live from Mexico. Where will we be live from next year?
Whoa.
Where are we gonna go?
Fiji.
Fiji? Oh, I shouldn't have opened that can of worms.
Hawaii.
Okay, no. I meant Montreal. We'll be in Montreal. Thank you guys definitely for watching the show, for participating with us. Check out happyforachange.com/tour for our upcoming events. We have some great speakers, great lineups coming up. Also, check out our Indiegogo campaign. You can find all that on happyforachange.com/tour. If you want to participate with the show, you can do that with your webcam or your microphone. Not next week, Wednesday, but the week after that. If you want to find out more about the Law of Attraction, lawofattraction.ca. You can find us on our Facebook page. That's where the app Elevate will be. Follow us on Twitter because we're tweeting now. We're going to have some wonderful pictures for you guys to see. And if you have a suggestion for next week's show, please feel free to send us. We're always looking forward to that. And if you have any jokes, especially Amish jokes, we're going to really be enjoying that. Thank you very much to Joseph DeMonte again for inviting us down here to this beautiful vacation home. We're really loving the plantation house on Primera Avenida. And we're going to go and have a good time. Take care.
Adios.
Adios. Bye. Eat some bread.
Adios.
Adios.
Adios. Hasta luego.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Bye.
Hasta mañana. No, no mañana.
No, mañana.